Arizona builds border wall with shipping containers and barbed wire, and it'll be completed next week. Arizona has begun building a 1,000-foot barrier of shipping containers topped with 4 feet of barbed wire along the Yuma border, citing repeated unfulfilled promises from the Biden administration to block off the area. And here we see part of it going up. I don't know how strong that will be, but at least it's closed. Arizona has had enough, tweeted Republican Governor Doug Ducey, who issued an executive order directing the Arizona Department of Energy and Military Affairs to immediately fill the gaps in the Yuma border wall. He said, "We can't wait any longer. The Biden administration's lack of urgency on border security is a dereliction of duty." The Yuma sector of the border, 126-mile long, has been staggering 300% increase this year in illegals arrested by Customs and Border Protection agents compared to the same time frame in 2021. The spike in illegal encounters in Yuma is the highest recorded by any of the 9 sectors, 2 in California, 2 in Arizona, 1 in New Mexico and Texas, and 4 solely in Texas. Yuma has seen the 3rd highest total number of encounters this year, beaten only by Del Rio and the Rio Grande sections, both in Texas. Ducey said he had tried to convince the White House to do more to help Arizona, but has been left convinced that the Biden administration has no interest in stemming the flow of illegals. He said, "For the last 2 years, Arizona has made every attempt to work with Washington to address the crisis on our border. Time and again, we've stepped in to clean up their mess. Arizonians cannot wait any longer for the federal government to deliver on their delayed promises." Daily Mail reports the move by Arizona comes without explicit permission on federal land, with state contractors starting to move a 60-foot-long shipping containers, they're the big ones, stacking of 9-foot-tall containers on top of each other early Friday. So they're the big ones and the tall ones. They plan to complete the job within days, and the containers will be topped with 4 feet of razor wire. The state plans to fill 3 gaps in the border wall constructed during former President Donald Trump's tenure in the coming weeks, totaling 3,000 feet. The federal government has committed to doing this, but we cannot wait for their actions, Ratliff said. John Mennel, spokesperson for Customs and Border Protection, said the agency had just learned of Arizona's action and is not prepared to comment at this time. The move is the latest pushback by a Republican-led border state to what they contend is inaction by Joe Biden on immigration. It was immediately prompted by the announcement of the end of the Remain in Mexico program that was announced this week, Ducey's top lawyer, Andy Foster, said. That program required asylum seekers to return to Mexico and await a court date. Although thousands of migrants who made it into the country were not returned, Arizona has been sending 2 to 3 buses of asylum seekers from Yuma to Washington over the last 3 months to make a political statement that the number of arriving migrants overwhelmed local resources. This is by Baxter Dimitri on News Punch. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.